Yeah.
I still have my WoW one
So
somewhere.
we started with those, and they were called Gemaltos. Um, and we moved away from that system to a key that has a certain number of one-time passwords that are like 32 characters long, right? It's
Hmm.
just a random string of characters. And it stores them on this little tiny USB
Yep.
plug-in device. And it looks about like the transmitter for a wireless mouse, so about that size.
Okay.
And so there are certain regions, cough cough, India, cough cough, and and Egypt. Those regions, they have a very lackadaisical thing about losing security keys, like it's like nothing, right? Eh, Even though obviously I said security key, so it is a big deal. But to them, it's always just like, oh well, I lost it, so I got another one, right? So that it is a culture of when they're logging in, their time is everything and your time means nothing. So they're like, are you going to hurry up and get this done so I can get to work because I'm already late, right? And I'm like, this is one of those processes that is not a short process. So you're going to have to just calm down. And so she was just like, yeah, can you hurry because I'm already late? And I'm like, did you have your manager revoke your key? And she's like, no. And I said, then this will not be a short process and you will not like it. And then so directly aggressive, not passively aggressive at all. And and so she's like, okay. And so I said, all right, we'll need to do an ID check since you don't have access to any other way of doing an enhanced remote identification verification. So I'm going to have to see your badge and I'm going to have to see your face on camera. She says, oh, so I get her on camera, and she won't hold her badge steady, so it's always too high or too low on the camera, and I'm like, this is going to take all day if you don't hold it steady where I can see it. And so finally she cooperated, and then I got it down, and then I said, okay, I'm going to need a minute now that I've got you verified to revoke your old token and send you a timed pin. And it's going to take a minute because I have to verify who I am and then do the revoke, and then I can send you the pin, which also requires me to verify. So it's going to take a minute or two. So I
Yeah.
go through that process. But the thing you have to understand is in the beginning, I said the process is much quicker if you have your manager revoke it and then walk you through uh, um, re-registering a new key. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, they wanted me to contact you and do it. And I said, okay, but it's going to take a minute. She's like, and then that's when she's like, could you hurry up, please? And I was like, yeah, okay. I already told you this is going to take a long time, and that the easiest way is to do it through your manager. So I get all of that done, and then I start walking through the process. And our computer that we have is called a CSOS device, so that we assist them with. And I said, so are you at a CSOS device? Crickets for like 45 seconds, and I'm like, hello, like because you're in the hurry, right? And she's like, what? And I'm like, see my questions above. And she took it like literally, do you see my question above? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, so are you at a CSOS device? And she's like, oh, I'm just going to have my manager do it. It's much quicker. And I'm like, oh, we want to have one of those attitudes, do we? And then she just hung up on me, right? I mean, she disconnected the chat. So I wrote to her manager and I'm like, you know what? Contacting ITS and saying you're in a hurry because you lost a key and now you're in a hurry because you came ill prepared and then said, I didn't have my manager revoke this key. Then getting upset because it's taking too long to revoke the key because then you have to e-riv and I tell you the process takes a while ahead of time. And the quickest route is to go through a manager to then waste all of my time up until that point and then just abandon the chat with some snide remark that it's much faster through your manager is bad form. I'm like, I'm just telling you because this is your employee and I've been instructed by my manager to reach out and tell you when bad behavior happens. So bad behavior happened. In the future, it would be much better if she just listened to the advice of ITS before getting snotty.
So
But
that wasn't
yeah,
passive aggressive at all.
nope, that was directly, just straight into
Directly
it.
aggressive.
Want to make sure that I made my point clear.